Today, President Trump is tackling America's growing affordability crisis with a $12 billion proposal to bail out farmers and lower food prices. Time for the Streamline, everything you need to know in 10 minutes or less. Could be a lifeline for those workers who have struggled to sell crops this year while navigating rising prices driven by tariffs President Trump put in place himself. The plan would be paid for with tariff revenue, still needs to be approved by Congress. The president is expected to speak about this plan in Pennsylvania today, where the governor is criticizing his economic policies.
I hear it from our manufacturers. I hear it from our farmers who are doing everything right and who are getting screwed because of Donald Trump's economic policies.
This proposal comes as concerns grow around health care. Insurance premiums are set to skyrocket next month for millions of Americans as Obamacare subsidies expire. The Senate is expected to vote this week on a bill from Democrats that would extend the tax credits for 3 years, but the bill is expected to fail because it does not include reforms demanded by Republicans who haven't yet united behind their own health care plan.
Democrats, great.
And President Trump appears to be walking back his pledge to release video of a controversial airstrike on an alleged drug boat. Video of the initial strike that killed 9 of the people on that boat, that has been released. But the controversial second strike that killed 2 survivors hasn't been shown publicly yet. Just last week, the president said he would release the video of the strike.
I don't know what they have, but whatever they have, we'd certainly release. No problem.
Then on Monday, the president went back on that statement after a question posed by ABC News reporter Rachel Scott.
Mr. President, you said you would have no problem with releasing the full video of that strike on September 2nd off the coast of Venezuela. Secretary Hegseth now says...
You said that. I didn't say that. This is ABC fake news.
Well, you heard what he said in both instances. Lawmakers on Capitol Hill are now pushing to pass a bill that would require Secretary of War Pete Hegseth to release the full video to the House and Senate Armed Services committees.
Now, the Trump administration has revoked 85,000 visas since January. That is more than double last year's total. The State Department reports crimes like DUI, assault, and theft account for nearly half of the visas revoked. But 8,000 student visas were also taken away, and some of the revocations have sparked concerns about freedom of speech, especially involving international students and their comments, either on protests or on social media, about the war in Gaza. Trump, meanwhile, is threatening Mexico with higher tariffs, accusing that country of withholding water from Texas farmers. The president says Mexico has violated a 1944 treaty about water distribution. He says he may add an additional 5% tariff on imports from Mexico. The current tariff is 25%, but the vast majority of imports are exempt under the U.S.-Mexico-Canada Free Trade Agreement.
Today, the Federal Reserve begins a 2-day meeting on interest rates. Economists are expecting a quarter-point cut, but the central bank will have to make that decision without some key data. Hiring numbers from November and the latest inflation data, they have been delayed because of the government shutdown. Now, if the Fed does cut rates, that could help lower costs for loans on credit cards and homes. Could also spur shoppers and businesses to spend more, potentially fueling higher inflation. All right, a bidding war for Warner Brothers Discovery could reshape Hollywood. This is big in the media landscape. Paramount is launching a $108 billion bid to buy the company. Comes just a day after Netflix announced an agreement to purchase Warner Brothers for $82 billion. Paramount CEO David Ellison argues the Netflix Warner Brothers deal would create a media giant that would stifle competition. Critics also fear that the Netflix deal could lead to the closure of a lot of movie theaters. But the co-CEO of Netflix insists the combined company still would release Warner Brothers movies in theaters.
I think it's really important to note we're deeply committed to releasing those movies exactly the way they've released those movies today.
Warner Brothers is expected to respond to Paramount within 2 weeks.
Getting a package like this just in time for the holidays can get costly, but there are ways you can save on shipping costs.
So it's filled with hojas to make the tamales, chile, abuelita chocolate, so all of the staples that he's used to having at home that we do every year as our tradition.
Sonia Gonzalez says she gathered all of the essentials needed to make tamales so she could send it to her son in New York.
They are particular things that you cannot purchase online. It's stuff that you have to pick up.
She put it together in this recycled box. She brought it to the post office. She says she paid extra to get it there sooner.
It ended up costing me $96. Yeah, so not bad considering that it is going all the way across. And I did decide to do the priority mail because they are planning to make the tamales this upcoming Saturday.
But there are ways you can save some cash when it comes to shipping costs.
Go ahead and cover everything up.
John Hyatt, communications specialist for the U.S. Postal Service, says you can go the flat rate box route. This will get your package to its destination within 3 days. You don't have to pay for the box and you have insurance. The price will depend on the size of the box. It ranges from just over $12 to about $31.
So whatever you can fit in the box safely and seal it up, then that will go for that rate, up to 70 pounds.
He also suggests shipping your package early to save on costs.
Remember, the earlier you ship, the better. The later you ship, the more expensive it gets, because if you want it there in time for the holiday, then that might mean you have to do overnight priority mail express, which is not the most cost effective.
If you go the FedEx route, they offer a similar service called FedEx One Rate. If the contents are under 50 pounds, you can pay a fixed rate to get your package to its destination, but you have to use a FedEx-specific packaging. A small box starts at just under $17 to just under $40 for their extra-large box. If you make an online purchase, many businesses also offer shipping. And while most will charge you an additional cost, there are places that offer shipping based on how much you spend. You can also sign up for free shipping when you shop at certain online marketplaces like Amazon. If you sign up for Amazon Prime, you are eligible for free shipping on items all year. You can pay a monthly fee of about $15 or an annual membership fee of $139 a year. Either way you decide to go. Also remember the holiday shipping deadlines that are in place to make sure your package makes it there in time. Marie Cornell, ABC 10 News.
Hi, this is a story I'm kind of interested in. A new treatment for hair regrowth is raising some eyebrows. It's called clascoterone, and it works by blocking the hair shrinking hormones at the follicle, which encourages the hair to fill out again. One trial showed a more than 5-fold improvement in the targeted scalp areas. It didn't have any of the side effects either that come from similar treatments.
This new treatment offers down the road a significant breakthrough because of its unique topical application and focus at the level of the hair follicle.
All right, so we still haven't seen how it compares to similar products right now, like Rogaine, but Cosmo Pharmaceuticals, the company behind this, plans to submit the drug to the FDA once the required 12-month safety follow-up is completed next year. So I only have to wait one more year. Hey, nobody won the Powerball last night. The jackpot climbs to $930 million. This is the 7th highest jackpot in Powerball history. A winning ticket's going to get you just about $429 million. And as always, the odds of winning the Powerball are 1 in 292.2 million. Buy a ticket if you're feeling lucky. That's all for the 10 News Streamline. Everything you need to know today in under 10 minutes.